everyone, we're back here today. So we're gonna be, like I said, we're switching our gears back to blues. Today we're gonna be playing a blues in the key of B flat though. So we've been playing the blues in G, A, E. This time we're between the dots, B flat. Okay, now a lot of times, just because we're a little bit in a different spot on the guitar and the dots lay differently, it's gonna make it feel different to play this. So have patience with yourself, right? If the scale looks different or it feels totally different to you, that's normal, all right? So we're gonna look at our chords first for our blues in B flat. So every blues, shouldn't say every blues, but most blues, most common blues, is a 1-4-5, okay? So 1-4-5 in B flat. I'm gonna find my B flat chord first. Here's B flat on the low E string. It needs to be a 7 chord. I'm using my form 1 bar chord shape, okay? Now, my 4 chord is going to be right below that with the root on the A string. So that's the relationship there, right? So 4 chord is form 2, 7th chord shape. E flat, 7 is going to be my 4 chord. So the 1 chord is here. If I go 1 string down, it gives me my 4 chord, my E flat chord. Now if I take this same shape and I move it up 2 frets, it's going to give me my 5 chord, which is F. Okay, so we have our 1, which is B flat, our 4, E flat, and our 5 is F. So those are our 3 chords we're going to use for our blues in B flat. If you want to sub the 9 chord for the 4 or the 5 chords, you totally can. Totally can. Now let's take a look at our scales we're going to use. So we can use our B flat major blues scale or a B flat minor blues scale. We're going to start by playing the B flat major, okay? So second finger needs to be on B flat, which is on the 6th fret of the low E string. Let's play that scale together. B flat major blues. And play it back down. Now this scale is the same exact shape that we had been using on Bad Moon Rising, but we were playing up in the 10th fret area for Bad Moon Rising. Now we're down in 6th fret, so it's going to look a little bit different. The other scale option we've got is a B flat minor blues scale shape. So for that, we'll start with our first finger on the 6th fret, the minor blues scale shape. Here we go. And play it backwards. Yeah, and we know how to connect our scale shapes together. You can totally do that. That all works. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to playing our B flat blues. If you're working on chords, cool, play chords along. If you're working on soloing, go ahead and improvise, right? I don't want you to think too hard about which scale you're using for this today. Just kind of pick like your B flat major blues, your B flat minor blues, and play one. If you're really comfortable switching between both, then play both, right? So assess yourself and where you're at, and just, like I said, you know what you're working on, you know where you're at in your own playing. Just kind of work a little bit at it each day to get better. So blues in the key of B flat. Here we go. So hopefully that kind of gives you an idea of beginning to play blues in different keys that we haven't spent a ton of time on, right? So tomorrow we'll probably try a totally different key with the blues, right? Just to get used to playing this in different keys. We want to be able to use these skills that we're learning all over the fretboard, right? Like we don't want to be stopped by just a simple change in key. That's why we're doing this. So hopefully just working on that blues in B flat today kind of broke you out of some of that, if you're starting to feel like a little bit of a box, kind of, feeling boxed in with where you're at, hopefully that kind of broke you out of that a little bit. And hopefully it was fun while you did it. So feel free to, if you need to go back over any of these blues scales, to check out the lessons that I've got linked in the video up there. And besides that, have a great rest of your day. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.